By the end of this video, you will have 10 questions to ask the person you're dating to see if you're actually compatible.
When we're dating, I think it's so important to be intentional with how you ask questions, how you go throughout the process of discerning whether you're a good fit with the person you're with for not just dating, not just engagement, but also marriage.
Yeah.
And so these 10 questions are designed to help you in your journey of discovering compatibility.
The first question is, what are 3 things you want to accomplish before the end of your life?
I love this question because it really opens up conversation. It allows people to really think like, hey, what are my priorities? Whether it be spiritually, professionally, physically, what do I want to accomplish before the end of my life? And I think that there's not many more questions that really highlight someone's values and their priorities. And I think that through this question, you're able to see alignment or misalignment. I
think another way to approach it is having the person you're dating finish this sentence. I'd feel like I've missed out on a big part of life if ... What's the end of that sentence?
Yeah.
Is it if I didn't have kids or if I didn't start a business? What could it be? And so I think you'll really get a sense of, like you said, their values, their goals, what they want to do in this life.
Question number 2 is, are there any major social issues that frustrate you more than the average person? So through this question, you won't only get the answer, but you'll also get deeper cues into what makes this person tick and what they're passionate about.
Yeah, so this question is really good to ask because you want to see if there's anything that the person you're dating really cares about or that you really care about that you guys maybe don't align on or don't share the same opinion on. Because if you do have really differing opinions on different social issues, it could come up in the future as a thing that kind of brings tension in a relationship. The third question is, when you picture your future family, what do you picture?
Yeah.
So this could be like amount of kids or maybe where you want to live when you settle down. Like, for example, do you want to live in a big city or do you want to live on a rural farm? Those are 2 different situations.
Yeah. Something that I love about this question is its future orientation. I think it's so easy to get caught up in the day-to-day excitement of a new relationship or even a relationship that isn't new, but you kind of are just focused in the present. Like, oh, maybe we've dated for 2 years, maybe 3 years, but we haven't done a lot of like forward thinking in terms of what we picture for our family. And you guys dating as a couple is a completely different iteration of your relationship compared to when you have kids and a family. So it's so important to almost like hack your present disposition in a way that invites you to think future. And so I love this question because it allows you to get a window inside the person's values as you look ahead.
Yeah, because I think we all have certain expectations for the future, even if we're not solidified in them. It's good to know, okay, hey, how has this person imagined their future family and how it functions and where they live and how many kids they have and all those things.
Yeah, and I think that the answer to this question doesn't matter as much as how flexible the person is within their answer.
Yeah.
So if someone's like a rigid 1 kid and you are a rigid 4 kids, you got to pay attention to that. But if they're a flexible 1 kid and you're a flexible 2 kids, then that's something that you guys can discuss and continue to clarify as you grow in your relationship.
The fourth one is, how did household roles look in your family growing up? I think, again, this is important to know if this person is flexible on what they believe should be the roles in the household. Do they want to copy exactly what their family
100%.
did? Are they reacting because the way their family did, they're having a negative reaction to it? And you just want to get a sense of how they envision you guys living in a home together.
Yeah, the pattern with these questions that you might be seeing is that the goal is conversation that leads to clarity. And of course, there might be things that you identify as like, oh, that is maybe a discussion point. But in general, you're just trying to get a sense of compatibility. Okay, are the things that they really value in alignment with things that I really value?
Yeah.
Or are the things that they're passionate about things that I'm kind of indifferent about?
Yeah.
And so as you ask these questions, it's super important. For this one specifically, I remember us talking about our families of origin, and there are things that we wanted to do exactly like our families of origin, and there's things that we wanted to do completely different. But I could tell by how you answered that the way we pictured each other's roles and our own roles within our future household really aligned. So I was really thankful for that. So this one's a bit spicy. I think this is a super helpful question. This is question number 5. When you're stressed out or frustrated, What is the worst version of yourself?
Sometimes I think dating can be a little bit like a highlight reel. And so you're not really getting a real sense of what this person acts like when they're stressed. And that could really surprise you.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that through this question, you don't only get a sense of what their worst could look like and maybe what they're proud of and what they're not proud of. But in general, you just get a better sense of their self-awareness. So it's like a really helpful question to ask to, again, get clarity as to what the worst of this person looks like, but also to see how self-aware they are.
All right, question number 6 is how do you regularly rest and recharge?
Whether it be after a long day of work, on vacation, or on a day off, it's really important to get a sense of how someone recharges, how they kick back and relax.
So I think for me and you, we have different ways we like to recharge, but we're aligned on how we like to recharge.
Yeah.
So for example, there's certain times of life where we are really desiring to go on an adventure and get inspired and see something new.
Yeah.
But there's other times in life where we're both really desiring more of a restful time. A time on the beach, time to relax, time to read. And so I think I really appreciate how we're aligned on that. I know some people are quite opposite in the ways they rest, and that can be a bit of a tension point.
Number 7 is a question about parenting, and it's based on what you know about me. In what ways do you think we'd be similar as parents, and what ways do you think we'd be different?
I think this question is kind of fun because not only do you get a sense of what they think they'd be like as a parent, but you get a sense of their perspective on you as a parent.
Another question to ask that helps clarify this kind of line of questioning is, if this person were to raise kids without me, would our kids end up growing up similarly?
Yeah, so would they have similar work ethics, similar values, similar outlooks on life? And I think it's good to know how aligned you guys are on that. The 8th question is, do you have any non-negotiable political or religious beliefs? I think it's good to discuss these things because maybe when you're dating, it doesn't seem like a big deal or you're able to function in your relationship with these differences. But as your life merges closer and closer together, those differences are gonna almost like overlap and start to create a tension in your relationship.
If you have a sense that you guys differ significantly on religious beliefs or political beliefs, make sure to pay attention to that because I've seen dating relationships and marriages break apart because of significant differences in how you hold those spaces. So pay attention to that. Don't ignore it, but lean into that. Ask clarifying questions, and hopefully you're able to get clear as to whether it's something that you can work through or something that's a deal breaker.
Okay, the 9th question is similar to number 8, but a little bit different. And it's what spiritual or moral values are non-negotiable in your parenting? I think this question could be asked even if you guys know you don't want kids, because it's just a different angle to look at things.
Yeah, and oftentimes, like, when kids enter the picture, whether it be theoretically or in reality, it makes you realize how much you care about the thing.
Yeah.
So when you're answering the question, you might even be surprised about yourself and how deeply you hold to some of these like moral values as well.
Okay, what's the 10th question?
The 10th question is, what scares you most about marriage or commitment?
This question might draw out some fears related to commitment, related to long-term relationships. And if you guys haven't discussed that already, I think it's good to know if there's any fears that, whether it be from growing up or just developed over time in terms of commitment.
Yeah, and I think that it allows space for you to be able to level with each other, to go, oh, to be honest, like, I love you, want to get married to you, but when it comes to the institution of marriage, this is something that scares me. Or when it comes to committing to one person for life, this is something that I'm hesitant about. And so it opens up opportunity for more honest and forthright conversation.
So those are our 10 questions. We hope that they were helpful for you. If there's any other questions that you think are great to ask when you're dating someone and you're trying to sort out if you're compatible with them or not, please comment them below. We want to hear them.
Yeah, and if you think this video would serve someone else, make sure to share it with them because it would help them likely, and it would also help us.
If you like this video, make sure to watch this video next. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. We'd love to have you here with us in the community. And with that, we will see you next week.